You're watching the CBS 58 News at Noon.
Thank you for joining us today at noon. I'm Jocelyne Pruna. Many people are hitting the roads this weekend to celebrate the 4th of July holiday, but things will look different this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. CBS 58's Andy Devine spoke with travelers and joins us live with the details. Hey, Andy. Thank you, Andy. The holiday weekend comes as the U.S. set a record for new coronavirus cases for the second day in a row. More than 52,000 new infections were reported across the country Thursday. Florida alone recorded more than 10,000 cases. Health experts are concerned holiday crowds could help fuel the spread even more. Meanwhile, President Trump is headed to Mount Rushmore in South Dakota to kick off the July 4th holiday. More than 7,000 people are expected at tonight's event, and they're not required to wear masks or socially distance. Milwaukee's big July 3rd fireworks show is canceled this year due to the pandemic. Local fireworks stores say cancellations like that have boosted their sales this year as people put on their own shows. However, in Milwaukee County, all fireworks are completely illegal. According to the sheriff's office, if you set off fireworks in the county, you could be given a $200 fine. Authorities say they've seen an increase in calls that have to do with fireworks. Records show from June 1st to the 25th of this year, 950 calls were placed to Milwaukee police.
We're getting tons of calls, people saying, oh, I think there's gunshots going on down the street from my house or right by my house, but in fact, it's fireworks.
Last year, there were 10,000 firework-related injuries reported across Milwaukee County. The sheriff's office says you can report firework incidents without leaving your name through their application. While many are canceled, some firework displays are still on this weekend. Greendale's show is still a go, so is Cedarburg's, and there are a couple in Racine County, just to name a few. We have a list of the public fireworks displays that are still scheduled on our website, CBS58.com. So what will the weather be like as we head out the door? Sam, how are you today? We're learning new details after a deadly police shooting in Sheboygan. Authorities say it happened early yesterday morning after police got a report of a man armed with 2 knives who was chasing a woman. Police say an officer ordered the man to drop his weapons. They say the man then charged at the officer and the officer fired his taser. Authorities say the man continued to chase the police officer, who then took out his gun and shot and killed the man. That officer is now on administrative leave as state officials investigate. Family members have identified the man killed as Kevin Ruffin. They gathered near the scene last night for a vigil to remember him. Ruffin's family says he suffered from schizophrenia, but he loved learning, knew several languages, and was always encouraging family members. Now his family says they're hoping to get answers.
Everybody knows.
After the vigil, a group marched through Sheboygan streets. Ruffin's family asked everyone to remain peaceful as they wanted last night to be about Kevin. The ACLU of Wisconsin released a statement calling for a transparent investigation into the shooting. Community activist Vaughn Mays addresses the Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission, saying he thinks Police Chief Alfonso Morales has a vendetta against him.
I feel like I saw
Mays was arrested Monday on trespassing and burglary charges. Police say it stems from the unrest at 40th and Lloyd last week. Mays still faces federal charges stemming from the Sherman Park unrest nearly 4 years ago. New at noon, a floral display has taken over Sherman Phoenix in Milwaukee in an effort to celebrate Black communities. This morning, a team of independent florists installed a wall-sized floral sculpture in Sherman Park. The display was created by MKE Scene, a group advocating for meaningful change through public art.
It's something beautiful in the middle of a pandemic. And, you know, there's a lot of hard truths that we're facing right now. And to, have something that kind of brings us together.
This is the second installation of this type the group has created within the last month. The first installation was built at America's Black Holocaust Museum in Milwaukee as part of the city's Juneteenth Day celebration. Next at noon, a Wisconsin native has an inside look at the Army's missile and space program, how they are working together for the future of space travel. Plus, an update from the Green Bay Packers, the changes fans can expect for the upcoming season. A southeastern Wisconsin native, now a commanding general in the military, is sharing his involvement in the Army's missile and space program. CBS 58's Emily Thornton joins us from a recruiting center in Burlington with his story. In sports news this afternoon, the Milwaukee Bucks are getting ready for life in the NBA's bubble.
I don't think guys are, extremely scared of going down to Orlando because of the virus, but we're definitely cautious a little bit, which I think everybody has to be.
Later this month, Chris Middleton and the Bucks will go to Orlando, where they will complete their season. Activities off the court will be restricted in an effort to keep players safe from coronavirus. Today, Middleton said during the shutdown he was not able to touch a basketball for 2 or 3 months. He tried to exercise around his house to stay in shape. The Bucks' next game is scheduled for July 31st.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go!
The Green Bay Packers are updating fans about adjustments being made ahead of the upcoming season. They say if fans are allowed, they are preparing to have people in the stands at Lambeau Field with social distancing guidelines in place, along with a reduced capacity. Face coverings will also be required. The organization says it cannot guarantee ticket holders in the General Bowl and club seats will be able to reserve tickets. Season ticket holders are being asked to complete a questionnaire asking if they want to opt in to be included in the process for a chance to reserve tickets this year. Milwaukee Brewers players are preparing for their first all-squad workout of summer camp tomorrow at Miller Park. Once they do take the field, the team will hold 2 workouts a day, one in the morning and another one in the afternoon, to allow for social distancing. They will also use as much of Miller Park as possible for meetings and meals. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Milkmen take the field tonight for their season opener. They will play 60 games against 5 other teams. The league is down from 12 teams to 6 and has more players since minor league baseball was canceled. The Milkmen will take on the Chicago Dogs at 6:30 tonight. Around 1,600 fans will be able to attend the games.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
This is a weekend of celebration for the Milkmen. The series against the Dogs continues Saturday and Sunday, with games starting at 1 in the afternoon both days. They will also have a double feature both nights starting at 6:30 p.m. Tomorrow night they will feature the movie Major League, followed by Moneyball. Hamilton was one of the hottest shows on Broadway, but now it's made its debut in the small screen. A look at the reviews as the musical hits Disney Plus today. In this afternoon's Money Watch report, federal officials have unveiled a number of guidelines for safe air travel. Federal officials say airlines should consider limiting capacity to promote social distancing. Another recommendation is for travelers to wear face coverings in airports and on planes. Regulators have refused a request from airlines to make face masks a federal rule. The theme of 2020 has been to stay home, and it turns out that's exactly how most of us will spend America's birthday. A new survey from Finance Buzz shows 87% of Americans are planning to celebrate the 4th of July locally. The survey also found 69% of Americans will take fewer road trips than last summer or none at all. Las Vegas casinos are seeing stronger sales compared to last year, despite social distancing guidelines being in place. One owner says they're seeing a dramatic increase in the time people are spending on slot machines and at the tables. Casinos opened about a month ago as restrictions started lifting during the coronavirus pandemic. They saw an initial surge, but numbers have remained strong through the past month or so. Airbnb is cracking down on unauthorized house parties. The home sharing service says users younger than 25 and with less than 3 positive reviews will not be able to rent an entire home in their area. Hotel and private room rentals will still be allowed. The move follows a test run of the policy in Canada earlier this year, where Airbnb says it saw a decrease in the number of house parties.
No one really knows how the game is played, the art of the trade, how the sausage gets made.
Hamilton is now out on Disney Plus. It was the hottest ticket on Broadway for years, but how does the Disney Plus experience hold up? The LA Times says it speaks brilliantly to a time of fear and protest. Rotten Tomatoes says it's better than a front row seat. Interesting. Coming up, a final look at your ready weather forecast as you get ready for the 4th of July weekend. We'll be right back. Christmas classic Frosty the Snowman is getting a live action reboot, and the voice of Frosty is a little unexpected.
You want me to have them put that in a sippy cup for you?
How is it that I can breathe underwater, but you can still drink down the table?
That's my superpower.
According to Deadline, it's Jason Momoa. These are pictures of him during a visit to Milwaukee last year. Casting the deep voice, muscle-bound Aquaman as the jolly snow creature had people talking online saying it was a unique choice. Not sure what to think about that because, you know, Frosty the Snowman is so happy, Sam, but there's no Frosty the Snowman going on outside because it is hot.
Yeah, if Frosty was outside today, he would melt like that.
Well, thank you for joining us on the CBS 58 News at noon. Have a great day.